Hello Libra, thank you so much for tuning into your August reading with me, Lorien. It's an absolute pleasure to bring you this reading every month and every week. And this month we're going to be using my new deck, which is the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake, with art by Elizabeth Alba. And this is a really good deck. It's very witchy, really suits me, obviously because of the witchy connection. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this reading with you. So this is going to be a general reading for Libra Sun, Moon and Rising sign. As always, if you want to have a look at the other aspects of your astrological chart, please feel free. All the other videos, have basic information and the general idea of what's coming through for you based on the energies that I pick up from the cards. And if you want maybe to look at your romance area, that can sometimes be good to pick up with your Venus sign. So have a look into that if you can. But for now, let's just see what comes through. If you do want a personal reading from me, by the way, just click on the link below. I have Etsy and I have my own website. And if you want to support me on Patreon for getting more rewards, basically, more readings, click on the link below and you can see all the information as to how to do that. Okay, let's see what comes up now for my Libra in 2017 and the month of August. Now I have Libra rising, so it'll be very interesting to see what kind of information comes through for Libra in the month of August. Oh, I'm getting a good feeling for you guys. Good vibes for the month of August. Okay, this one. Let's see. Okay, well, maybe not starting very good. We've got the Eight of Swords here. Alright, and then the Seven of Swords. Oh, but then we have the Fool. So that's really good. Oh, and the King of Swords. Wow. And beneath it all is the Ace of Cups. Okay. Okay. As always, I will draw a rune in just a second, just to see what kind of information comes up for you in regards to the rune too. But let's have a look and see what things we can get from this. Alright, so I think this is mainly anxiety from starting something new, a little bit of trepidation maybe from not really realizing or having an understanding maybe as to what you want to do. There could be some kind of you're out of balance basically, so I think that you could have some kind of ups and downs, maybe a little bit of a seesaw at the beginning of August, just to kind of balance yourself out, to kind of make yourself feel as though you kind of know what you're doing. But I do get a really good feeling from it. I don't get that it's as negative as some of these, these two cards in particular portray. What I feel for this most of all is that you are actually heading towards something brand new, and that you are actually feeling your way a little bit at a time as to what this path is actually going to bring to you. Now, I would like to start with the Ace of Cups first of all. Here we go. So the Ace of Cups is very much about the new beginnings, obviously, as aces often are, but it's also about potential. So you have the potential within this water emotion to actually have a bit of intimacy and compassion with yourself, to actually see yourself in maybe a different light. Now see, the little cup here is kind of dribbled down onto the floor where some little seeds are now coming up and little cats licking it. But it's basically your emotions, and your kind of water is always the liquor of life, and that's kind of going down. And so you're actually beginning something new. This manifestation power with your kind of your control and your ability and your manifestation law of attraction, I think this is kind of saying you have this, you have got this. The basic need of this month, I think, is to change, but making sure that you do it based on your own inner workings and your own inner manifestation than anything else. For instance, don't change it based on the fact that you feel trapped. Now the 80s normally change anyway. The 80s is very much about having that feeling maybe of isolation while you're going through whatever it is you're going through, or while you feel maybe imprisoned because you can't get out of a certain situation. But I think it's mostly to do with your mental state. You feel trapped, you feel kind of like you're in the rigmarole of everyday kind of stuff, or maybe the relationship that you're in stays the same, or the situation you're in stays the same. And I think this is kind of saying to you that you will be able to leap from that, because with the Seven of Swords beside it, which is mostly about faith, this I think is something to do with kind of maneuvering a little bit. You may have to steal yourself away from a situation. You may have to be a bit sneaky about how you do it, and maybe kind of tug on a few strings, maybe tell some little white lies or evade some truths. I don't know. I mean, normally I wouldn't actually advise you to do that, but it seems like if you can free yourself by maybe manipulating the situation slightly, or looking at it from a different point of view, so it convinces yourself to kind of come out of that stage, I think that that could be pretty useful for you. So I think that even though this is kind of like a downer for maybe the first week of August, I think because of all the work that you may feel like you have to do, or because of all the energy that you seem to feel is like really at you, I think this is actually signifying change. I don't think that you have to deceive yourself, but you may have to just kind of say, look, and talk yourself into making that risk or taking that risk, and kind of maybe dodging into the unknown. It's like she's sneaking in somewhere or sneaking out of somewhere, maybe of stealing some information. But I just think that you have, let other people maybe imagine that you're trapped, let them think whatever they want, but actually go about your business as normal. They can do whatever they want to do, basically, and then you'll feel free. You'll feel free. This is all about maybe having felt afraid of what was to come, maybe feeling a little bit of trepidation as to making that leap or making that change within yourself, diet or house or leaving your job or whatever it is, because this is basically saying you're not as trapped as you think you are. You can walk away from the situation. You may have to do it in a little bit slightly underhanded manner, but you can go, you can leave. And I think this is kind of saying, yes, I'm free, I am welcome. I, basically grasp onto this opportunity and I let myself roll with it. I think what it is with this as well is it does feel as though there's more kind of overcoming obstacles than there are obstacles placed in your path. So this is why I get the good feeling from August. I think you are very much settling, you're very much kind of getting into your own rhythm now, and I think you can utilize that to your best ability, because you also have the King of Swords. Now this is authority, this is very clear thinking, this is intellectual. So on the one hand, it could be a person who's very studious and very kind of logical straight down the line, telling you, well, you have to do this and this and this, and trying to rein you in a little bit. It could also be somebody who's giving you some legal advice, or just giving you some advice in general, kind of preparing you for something, contracts. It looks like he's actually pointing out some kind of contract kind of stuff here, saying, look, you have to kind of understand this and understand that and go through this stage and go through that stage. So I do feel as though there's more to come from this, to be perfectly honest, than there isn't to come from it. But I do believe that there's like a pile of books in the background, so it's basically using your knowledge for the greater good. So yes, you can feel free, you can feel like you're going out there and really enjoying it, but make sure you come back to this knowledge. Make sure that you actually utilize this clear head, this clear free thinking, to see what's actually ahead of you. Basically reason with it, have a look at it, because although I do feel there's newness in every single direction in August for you, I do think that you have to maybe plan, maybe go a little bit underneath some kind of things, be a little bit sneaky maybe, but ultimately it seems like it's actually coming out a lot more for you. So let's see what the runes have to say this month for our dear Libra. Okay, what's going up for Libra in August 2017? Oh, oh, oh. Just one, please. Hey. Okay, so this is a filler. This is an experience. This is karma. This is group order. This is various things about property and movement and stuff like that. So I do think, if you're actually looking to move this month, or if you're looking to kind of move around a little bit, this is basically saying you have to be very open. Otherwise, it may be inherited property, it may be something to do with, yeah, it may be something actually to do with a little bit of shifting, moving homes, or selling things out of your home and trying not to kind of something around security, your four walls, how you feel in that surrounding. So putting down your foundations, basically, that's what I think. And a bit of group order as well. I think you do need more experience with this. You do need more reason and logic and knowledge before you move forward with all your feet and then jump straight in. But I don't think that this is going to be a bad month for you. It may be a little bit wobbly at the start when you're trying to figure out, oh, how do I do this? How do I manage this? Where do I go now? What do I do? So you may be kind of problem solving at the beginning, but I just think that there's so much pure energy that's coming from the Ace of Cups and the Fool and the King of Swords here. You may have to find your way out of it, but I do think that once you're through the maze, you're going to absolutely have a wonderful month. And do let me know how it goes as well, because I'd be absolutely fascinated to hear what things come through for you and how things go for you. Again, if you want a personal reading, click the link below to my Etsy or my website, and I'll be in touch as soon as I see that the order has gone through. Also, if you do want to become a patron of mine, thank you for your support, and there'll be additional readings on there that only you can see. But in the meantime, I wish you the absolute very best of luck. Let me know how it goes in the comment below. Like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much. And I really look forward to reading for you, I don't know where this year is going, in September.